So what I'm trying to say is, man, at the end of the day, it's all love, peace, and hair grease.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Well, it is a Football Friday powered by Snoqualmie Casino Sportsbook. So on a Friday and after a game, we do a little takeaways, G. So you're sliding right into a little takeaways. Hit it, Maura. Hit a little takeaways.
Takeaways.
So we're just going to go through this.
Okay.
I'll give a little takeaway. Kind of like Orlovsky talked about Shanahan's play calling, right? I'll give a little takeaway. KJ, you can add to it. You can debate it. You can hate it. G, you can do the same. And then KJ, you'll get your chance. And I understand, G, you got a couple things that you want to get off your chest. All right, well, I'm going to start. Biggest takeaway last night is Coach said going into this game, it's a championship game. You're going to learn a lot about yourself when you play the very, very best. And if you want to be a playoff team, if you want to compete, those are the kind of games you got to win. Geno Smith last night, if I got to grade him, I gave him a C. I gave him his lowest grade of the season the week before against Carolina. I got to say last night, I'm going to give him a C again.
Yeah, this was the moment. This was the final exam, and I got to kind of agree with you. This was a championship moment, an opportunity for the offense to go out there and put it on the field, in Lumen Field, against the #1 defense. And like you're right, you're saying that you saw that you gave him a C.
I give him a C. Yeah, I give him a C. And well, here he is post game. Just real quickly, cut number 9. He nails this. Yes, San Francisco is elite. They're really good. Here's Geno post game.
I was just out there just, taking what they gave me and, really just trying to do the right thing on every single play. Obviously they do have a great pass rush, great front seven, great guys on the back end. It felt like a championship game. And we didn't get it done. We were close, had our opportunities, but, just didn't get it done.
Okay.
Hard, uphill. That's an elite team, championship team.
I've heard enough of I'm going to take what they give me. I've heard enough of that. Enough is enough. Here we are, we're in week 15. Enough is enough. You want to get your money? You've been getting graded C's the last few weeks. Take what they give me is not going to be good enough. I'm going to go make it happen.
Yes.
That's what I want to hear. I'm going to go make it happen and go to put my team in a position to find a way to get into the playoffs. That's the message that I want to hear going forward.
Yeah. I didn't love the first series of the game. He should have had a pick. He throws it back across his body. Greenlaw drops it. So good for him. He does not. But if he starts that game and gives San Fran field position right there, that's a critical error. On my grade sheet, that is a critical error. You put the ball right in their hands. You did it to Hufanga. Critical error right in his hands. You didn't see the safety blitz in Hufanga. Sack fumble. Abe Lucas recovers. That could have been them. You throw a pick six right to them. That was a pick six.
Yeah.
If not for Bosa, I guess driving you into the ground.
Yeah.
Those are 4 pretty critical plays in a game where he had to play. Unfortunately, flawless and perfect, he didn't.
Takeaways.
Okay, KJ, go ahead.
My takeaway, with all that being said, with Dan coming on the show saying how much he loves Geno, my takeaway is that with Geno's success that he has had during the season, with his struggles that he has had during the season, they still find a way and extend him after the season, 2 to 3 years. My takeaway.
I think you have to do that, no matter what they decide to do with the first-round pick, whether it's the second pick, thank you to Russell Wilson, or the third pick, thank you to Russell Wilson. Whatever the pick that is going to be, they for sure have to lock up Geno. That is security right there. Give him a little something. I would like to see them extend him before the end of the year and did not go to free agency. Show the man some love. I know he hasn't been spectacular the last couple weeks, but he has risen above the expectation that has been set forth for him on the local and national level.
Now you say a little something. Can you specify a little something?
$20+ million a year, KJ, for about 2 to 3 years. Give him that $50 million deal right now.
Yeah.
Give him $50 million. Give him 30-something million guaranteed. Give him a little something to wet his palate a little bit. Give him something to say, hey, you know what? Things aren't going the way we thought right now. But the expectation, you have played above that. Here you go, partner. Here's a little something for your pocket.
And going into your 11th year without receiving a big-time contract, that is great for, first of all, him, and that's great for your franchise as well. You see, have a guy that can play the quarterback position, a guy that's proven he can win, a guy that we may still draft a quarterback. So everybody, we're moving and grooving to where we want to go. We're moving and grooving to where we want to go. Keep building this team to get to the Super Bowl.
Okay, Jay, there we go.
Invited you to the barbecue. invited you to my house. The San Francisco 49ers came to Lumen Field, came to our house, and I invite you to my house, and you left with my wife. That is how I felt yesterday during the game. That's right. You saw it. San Francisco 49ers came to town, and they just, they were in it. And what I mean by that, and let me simplify for what we saw. When the San Francisco 49ers were on defense, and the Seahawks would get a 3 to 4 yard gain, I watched up close, and I was reminded of what tackling is about. They gave it to them so tough, like, I'm so mad at you for getting these 3 or 4 yards. San Francisco on defense last night, I apologize for what I'm about to say. They were violent, Brock Huard.
Oh, yeah.
They were violent. Them linebackers made you pay. 2 yard gain, 3 yard gain. First half, Kenneth Walker III getting 3-4 carries on the night. The San Francisco 49ers came to our house, ate our barbecue, ate our food, and left with my wife, and she still won't answer her phone.
Here's Coach Carroll talking about that crew, cut number 4, Maura, talking about San Fran and what these Seahawks are going to have to do to continue to be competitive.
It felt like we gave them 14 points in the game, and they may have earned it another way, and I don't want to take anything away from their win. It's a nice win for them to come up here and get us up here. It's a big deal, but that was an enormous opportunity. We would have the ball at midfield at least, with 2 minutes to go, and we start the drive there, and who's to say? I don't know how much Diggs could have brought the ball back too, he might have scored. I don't know what he would have done with it. So we just missed that opportunity. But even more, they get the ball, because we fumble on the next sequence, and they're on the 5 yard line. It's bad football.
Gee, I love your takeaway. I really do with these linebackers. But let me ask you this question: Who would you rather have? That San Francisco linebacker unit you saw last night, or my linebacker unit in my glory days with myself and Bobby and Bruce?
I'm going to take you guys because you guys are the originals. You guys are the reason why we are seeing what we're seeing today.
No, I'm not asking that. I'm asking that. Who's better? Who's better?
I just said you.
Okay.
I started off by saying you. And see, this is what I'm saying. You see, a lot of people think KJ Wright is a nice guy. You just heard it in his voice. Them dudes was nasty on the field. KJ Wright was about to take my head off. And hold on. Since we're talking full transparency here, let me tell you a story that happened that I told and shared with KJ this morning. Last night in the suite, I said to Cam Chancellor, now Cam is retired from football. I said, hey, Cam, man, I'm looking at this 49ers defense right now. This team right now reminds me of y'all. Oh, hey. I said, wait, chill, Cam, chill. Cam was about to hit me, bruh. Chill. Brock Huard, all I'm saying about the San Francisco 49ers that I saw yesterday, no, they are not what you guys were, KJ. But what I'm saying right now, if there is a team out there that mirrors and is a carbon copy of what they're trying to be like you guys, at least agree that the San Francisco 49ers are it.
Yes. And I went on the San Francisco radio show yesterday. They asked me, KJ, what is it going to take for this unit to be considered amongst you guys? And what I said was, well, first of all, we was 4 years in a row #1 scoring defense. That's first of all. So first of all, we talk about consistency 4 years in a row. And the second thing is, I don't give a what. You want to be great. You got to give me that ring. You got to give me that. Bring that Super Bowl to the city. The 85 Bears did it. The Baltimore Ravens did it. Legion of Boom did it. If you want to be considered that, then bring home that trophy.
What did you, Brock Huard?
Yeah.
Question. The Niners last night, what did you see out of the Niners defense last night? I'm not talking about getting a ring. I'm not talking about nothing else. What did you see from the Niners defense last night?
KJ said this earlier in the show, G, and no surprise, KJ's killing it today. That crew in 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, they were so pissed when they gave up a 4 yard run. They were like, no, you're not going to get 1 yard on us. That's what I see in San Francisco. That's their mentality. We are so good at every level, so bound together, tied together from the front to the linebackers to the safeties to the corners, that if they give up a 3 yard run, they feel like, oh, man, we're not doing our job.
I got mad when Peyton Manning scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl. I was like, how did he get that? Why did y'all let him score that touchdown? We're talking about Peyton Manning. Arguably the most intellectual top 2 quarterbacks in the history of the game. I was upset when he got that touchdown.
Okay, next more.
Well, real quick, guys, I'm sorry. I have my cuts labeled wrong. I think the one that you wanted to go to is important here because Pete Carroll talks about how much work they have to do to be competitive.
We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of stuff to get done here. Where we picture this season ending up is a place that we're going to be really proud of if we can pull it off. And it ain't going to be easy. It's going to be hard. But that doesn't mean we can't do it. You know, we should have done it tonight. We didn't get it done. Should have done it last week. Had a chance. And so these opportunities slip away, and the season doesn't end like you hope. We got an attitude about doing something here.
Yeah, they do. Now, do they have the horses to do it? Yeah, they do. Now, if Jordan Brooks' neck is messed up, and we'll talk to Coach in 45 minutes or so, get a little update, and it's Tanner Muse and it's Cody Barton at linebacker, and it's not Greenlaw and Warner. I mean, do they have the horses? They don't have Bosa and Armstead and that crew. Do they have the horses to get it done here down the stretch?
You know what I wanted to bring to two of you, since we have you on the offensive side of the ball, Brock, and we have you, KJ, on the defensive side of the ball. I wanted to talk about one play. I wanted to talk about the play last night, the play that I thought, this is when I thought, oh boy, Kyle Shanahan has found his groove. He has found his team. You know what I'm talking about. It's the fake screen here. It's the fake screen there. And it's the hit Kerry Kittle right there. And so what I want to ask about, I want to talk about first is this, the eyes of the defense. And I would assume that you're taught on defense, right, especially the D linemen, to go run to the screen. So they run to the screen one way. They run to the screen the other way. And what I saw last night, that dude, Brock Purdy, had so much time as a quarterback to make that play because no D lineman rushed him. That play was beautiful.
I like to think that I'm probably the most instinctual linebacker to ever play the game.
Yes.
That play would have got me. that play jacked me up. Kyle Shanahan has done stuff I've never seen before. He is a trendsetter. He did it one way. Okay, they got to come the other way. And this man come right up the middle.
It was.
I've sniffed screens my entire life. That play right there just goes to show you how special. He's gifted. That man is gifted. And
He's a play caller.
He's just gifted. And even me, if I was on that football field, it would have been a touchdown.
Brock,
as well.
you saw that, man. Offensive mind. Your thoughts on that play?
That play was in the West Coast system when I was drafted in 1999 to the Seattle Seahawks. That play is from Bill Walsh's playbook. That play is a derivative of Mike Shanahan to Kyle Shanahan that was previously with Bill Walsh and company. That play has been in the book. In high school, my dad called that play, "Hey diddle diddle, why down the middle," and it does. It takes a lot of moving parts. It takes the right time, and well, like Shanahan typically is a step ahead of everybody else. Okay, a couple last takeaways. Here we go.
Takeaways.
I'm gonna throw this to you two guys. G, your son plays receiver at a high level, kind of H-back tight end now at a high level at Ohio State in the Rose Bowl. DK Metcalf. Grade his season, number one. And number two, why in the world does he get a 15-yard penalty every freaking week?
When you look at DK, first I think he's having a good season. I'm not seeing the deep, explosive plays downfield. Intermediate, he's crushing it. He's crushing it. Hands looking solid. The penalties, it's a combination of selfishness, and I'm looking for him to mature, right?
It's got to stop. It's got to stop. You don't show how emotional and intense, and I just am competitive, and I love the game, and I got fire. You don't do that.
That's not what it looks like. That's not what it looks like, and it's costing your team at this point. It's costing your young team. You're the guy that we paid, Geno. I mean, you're the guy we paid, DK. You're the guy that, all the leaders are going out of the building. You are the leader. Everyone is watching you, DK, and I want him to be that guy. And he's done pretty good throughout the season, but as of late, you've been saying it way too much. One time is too much.
Real quick, I messed up earlier. I called him Kerry Kittles. Kerry Kittles from Villanova, the basketball player. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Wrong skinny, one. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to anybody who knows who Kerry Kittle is back in the day. That means you're a real college basketball head. Anyways, I want to talk about this, and I really wanted to throw to KJ on this because I feel like what I'm going to say is very unfair to DK. And I love DK. I think DK is a good dude, personally. But this that's going on the field, you see, the money that he got paid automatically, in my opinion, thrusts you into the leadership role. The money that you get paid makes you not get those penalties. There should be no frustration. The organization, the franchise, has made you arguably the face of this franchise. You are the face. You are getting money. And to get money, that leadership has to exude and come through and show the rest of your teammates. You're going to keep continuing to do that. You're going to continue to get this petty right there. Then you know what? Those type of things are going to continue to hurt you. Every game, like Brock said, the 15 yards, come on, man, that's got to stop.
Yeah. And if you're the coach, you address them face to face, man to man. This is it. Enough is enough.
Do they, KJ? Will they?
They should.
I didn't ask that. I asked you, will they?
I hope so. Yeah, they got to.
And how does that sound? In years previous, when you were on the squad and people were was it the coaches that addressed them or was it other teammates that addressed them?
It comes from both. From me, you already know who addressed me. You know, Ken Norton Jr., he addressed me face to face. And I'm asking who's in that receiver room that will do that.
Who you think?
That's not Tyler's personality necessarily.
So nobody, Brock, right?
Yeah.
So nobody. Is that where we're at?
G said it.
I think his receiver coach, right?
Oh, Sanjay.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got some spine. He's got some years. He's got some gray.
Got some rank.
Yeah, he
They
has
got to
some
come
rank.
from him.
Okay, last one. We're gonna sneak one more takeaway.
Takeaways.
I think the ultimate takeaway in all of this is where the Seahawks team is right now. And where it is right now, they need to finish strong. And we have learned is that there is a different football season in December than there is in September and October. That's what we're really learning. And what you really find out at the end of the season, again, as someone who has never played but who has been around and learned from the greats, what you really learn, you find out the football players, who they are in December and January, the ones that are playing through. And by the way, everybody's dealing with something right now. Everybody got something hurt. There's nobody that's playing in the NFL right now that is 100% healthy. All of them are playing through something. And this is when you find out. I don't have anything bad to say about the Seahawks. I think that they have played a great season. And what we are seeing a bunch of young guys on offense and defense that are playing into December, and this is something that they're going to have to get used to. But at the same time, the foundation is there going forward. I believe they're going to be better.
G, you are a genius right now. Whoa. I was at the game yesterday.
Whoa.
Somebody asked me, what's your favorite time of football? You know what month I said? I said the month of December is my favorite time of football. It's so many elements that go into the month of December. You got the cold weather. You got the playoff implications. You got teams trying to battle. You got the rivals coming into your hometown trying to beat you. And I said, this is where you show who you are as a ball player. This shows who you are as a ball player when you make those plays, when you get your team to that position, when you win the NFC West, when you get that, that find a way to get to the Super Bowl. This is where it happens in the month of December, and I just love this month. And you see some guys rise to the top, and some mugs, they just find a way to just, I'm tired, I'm a rookie, my leg hurts. Hey, you see them grown men in the month of December, and you saw it last night.
Yeah, that other side got a lot of grown men. By the way, G, you channeled Quandre Diggs, cut number 11 more, the last one. One of those veteran guys last night who unfortunately, like Geno, had to play clean and perfect, man. There was no margin for error because the physical matchup at the line of scrimmage was so decided one way. But Quandre saying basically, G, everything you're just saying here was Mr. Diggs after the game.
Hey, man, I think we all playing with something. I think everybody's playing with something right now. And, when you have a short week, it's definitely tough to kind of get through some things and keep it pushing. But, we've all been playing with things all year. It's one of those things where a short week really increases, your odds of those things bothering you on a Thursday.
Well, now you got a long weekend. You get a little extra rest before it becomes a 3-game season. It's Arrowhead, it's the Jets, and it's the Rams. That's it.
Before I leave out of here, I want to take this time and be able to thank KJ on the air in front of everyone. And the reason why I'm thanking KJ, I'm thanking Pete Carroll, I'm thanking every last person from that era, from the Seahawks organization, because here's why. There's a lot of people say, well, gee, you're just a car wash guy. And you're right. I was just a car wash guy. But here's the difference. Fortunately or unfortunately, I was a car wash guy during an era with the baddest people that walked the planet. I was a car wash guy during a time where the hard work, where it was no fancy, where it wasn't cool, like to come into the facility and be like, yo, let me tell you what I did last night. Let me tell you what I did in Vegas. Man, they didn't play that. Man, they talking about, hey, man, we don't talk like that. And there was a standard. And so the reason why I'm where I am today, because I watched greatness up close. And by the way, I wasn't there once a week. I was there 5 days a week, early in the morning, seeing the greatest of the greats. So to the KJ Wrights and all of them, thank you for being bad, because y'all changed my life, baby.
Thank you, G. And to be called the baddest man on the planet. Oh my God, I felt like Mike Tyson right there. I felt like
Were you? Were you the baddest?
I was.
King of the jungle.
I was.